Okay guys, welcome back once again. You're here with the Dragon of Dragon Works, and I'm back on this 1980 Suzuki GS450 customer cafe racer build. And I just been kind of sorting out some wires and so forth. I had to reroute some stuff here. Was running over top of this support, and I had to drill through the tray he built. So I got my signal wires coming in on one side and then power wires going out on the other. But ever since the beginning, it's never had any blinkers or headlight working. And I went ahead and checked them by just bypassing everything and hooking up power direct, and all the lights work and everything. Then I came back and this has got the Moto Gadget Module, which is really nice. This thing does everything you need, and you can set it up. There's so many variables. You can have your blinkers flash like 15 times real fast, or go dim and bright, and there's just all kinds of options. You have your headlight come on after the bike starts. It has its own built-in alarm system. There's all kinds of neat features. It's really a good product. So basically these are signal wires coming in from your switches, like this switch here, which is push button. Same thing with these headlight and blinkers. And it's just a ground. It completes the circuit, and once that happens, then the module does the rest, and it sends out the power through this side up to your lights and everything. It's all wired up right. It's all programmed right, but we have no headlight and no blinkers, and they all work off of this switch here. So the customer had already had all this wired up when I got it, and you know, I found a couple grounds that needed to be done and some other stuff here, and these buttons has just never worked since I got it. So basically, like I say, what happens is, you can't really see because the lighting's terrible, but you got colored wires, and then you got the black wires in here, where the black wire is a ground, and then you see a color wire goes to one little terminal, and the black wire goes to another, and when you push the button, it makes contact. So basically, I know that it works off of ground, so I checked here, I got ground, and the wire going up to the wire harness has ground, which is, here, let me get it back out where you can see. He's got them all spliced in right here. You can see all the black ones right there in my thumb, the one that I smashed a couple weeks ago. Right there, he's got everything tied in. We have ground to here, but we don't have any ground through the bars to the switch. So either something didn't get hooked up in there, or something came apart inside the bar. And what I do, I just confirm that everything's working right instead of guessing. So this little purple wire you see hanging here, right now I got it hooked up to this ground wire, and I'm going to turn on my switch. Now there's a couple ways I can do this. I can go right back to the module with my ground wire, and I can trigger my left turn signal by touching the ground in this box right next to the pink wire. Okay, and then see, I got blinker, I got indicator, and then I can shut it off. You just push it again just like you would the button. I'm just going to ground that out. Boom, it's grounded, and that's off. So I know that that box is doing what it's supposed to do. Then I can come up here to the switch, and it's kind of hard to see, but there's the pink wire again. So all I got to do, if I can see it, is ground that pink wire out. Sorry, you guys can't really see it. Ground that out again, and see everything's working. And then I come back in here, I ground it out one more time, and it shuts it off. So that tells me that everything's working the way it should, but these buttons are not grounded. So when you're pushing these buttons, it's not doing anything. So somewhere between here and right there in that wire harness, there's no ground. So if it was possible, and it is, I mean, I could, instead of tearing all this apart, we're going to see how it goes. I could just run a ground off of these, pull all them wires together and just ground it to the bar or something like that. You'd have to make sure it was a place where there was no paint, and then everything would work fine. That's all it's missing is this ground right here at this thing. But to do it properly, I gotta pull all this stuff back out, and this right here is what makes it tough, because if the bar was curved like most handlebars, the wires just slide in and out real easy. But this right hand turn, he said he had a heck of a time, so I can only imagine. So anyway, if I could get a ground wire back up through here and come out, then I can fix it. Or I'm gonna have to pull all these wires out and see where the problem is, which means that, like I say, I gotta unhook everything and pull this out, and all the wires will follow this and pull it out until I find the problem, repair it, and then try to get it all back in there without another problem. So that's where we're at on the bike. It looks like a mess, but I got it tidied up. There was wires just exposed everywhere, and I basically, as you can see right here, I just got them all wrapped up again. And when all this is done, all this stuff gets tidied up and tucked away, and the tank gets back on, and you won't see any of the wiring. It's gonna be real nice. You'll have to wait for the end of that. And then what I got here is, these are all indicators. I got my oil pressure switch I got to hook up, my high beam. This is just a light, so this lights up. I'm not going to do it now. I was going to say I can show you by hooking stuff up, but without somebody filming me, it's hard to do it one-handed. But anyway, these are all just the indicator lights right here. Sorry about that. So you already saw the turn signal. So then I got high beam, neutral switch, oil pressure. I got to hook all that stuff up yet. That's what these wires are. And these other ones are just the headlight wires. They're going to all get tied in together, and they get brought up over the tank thing so they don't get smashed or something. So that'll all look really pretty in the end. So yeah, this isn't real exciting and probably jumbled up and jumped around everywhere, and you probably don't understand a damn thing I just said. But anyway, yeah, I'd be further along, but I've been trying to diagnose the situation here for a while, and just pretty much finalized just a while ago that the problem lies right here in this little section of bars. So it's the worst possible place it could be, but I wouldn't have it any other way. All right, guys, hopefully next video will be much better. I've got the gas tank. I added some more paint, so it's got to sit longer. I still got to get the seat mounted on here, and the exhaust pipes, or the mufflers rather. I got to get them installed. I'll have all this wire done. So this thing, it'll be a couple weeks before it's all wrapped up, but I'll just shoot some videos on it here and there. Don't look like much right now, but yeah, last week we were riding it around the parking lot. So it does run and ride and everything, but the lights got to be worked out, and a few other things. All right, guys. Thanks for watching once again. Peace out.